Hello and welcome back to Haven and Hearth. So, as you can see, I still have my shield on me because I did manage to get one more fox in between episodes here. So, I'll go ahead and put my shield away. How's my shield doing, by the by? 326 out of 807. That's still not in bad shape. How is my health doing? Nixon next to... Yeah, I'm just down 2 points. That's not bad. Not bad at all. I also managed to get a couple of rabbits, out of the wild while I was out. So we should be able to make our running rabbit. All we need is to basically clean our inventory up a little bit. And just kind of get things going. Oh, I found that ladybug too. I meant to study that. I'm going to need to refill the study desk again. Let's see. You go there. You go there. How are our hides looking? We have a couple of hides there. Let's put you in. Can we grab one? Yep, there's the other hide I got. There we go. I have a couple of fox hides up. Do we want to... Yes, we want to just put these straight in there and let those turn into leather. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, we should probably go ahead and flay the rabbits while we're at it, because we're going to need to do this too. We'll just put those in the uncured pile. Rabbit. Clean. We are going to want to study one of those. The other two can go into the pile. Butcher, and of course we need to basically do the same thing with the bones here. There we go. Alright. Let me put that remaining brain in our study table. As you can see, it's pretty empty. We're going to need to make some more of those toy chariots too. Unless I've got some sitting in the kiln. I do that sometimes where it's like I fill the kiln with them and then I don't have the inventory space. No. Okay. There's none in there, so we'll have to go make more. Not a big deal, we just need to go dig up some more red clay. Right, so we want to make a running rabbit, or a few. Food, sausages, running rabbit. Yep, one of each and an intestine. So I'm going to come over here. Since I have 4 of those, let me grab one additional fox meat, and we will make 4 of these. Boop, boop. Running rabbit, craft all. Alright, so the base on it is 4 agility, 2 int. What we're getting is 6 agility, 3 int, because of the quality increase. There's no variable ingredients on this, so it just is what it is. Agility and int are both things I think we're in need of, because we're basically in need of everything. Agility isn't too far behind. Int is pretty far behind. Not the worst, but not the best either. Yeah, it looks like Psyche is still our weak point, even as close to everything else as it's gotten. Alright, so we got that. We could make some Foxwurst. That's perception and int. You know what? I'm going to do it, because I don't care that much about the fox meat now. We'll make one. We'll just make one to make it. And Foxwurst, craft. The question always becomes, should I make a smoke shed? Alright, here we go. We got perception int, just like it said. That's actually a pretty decent amount of energy. What is that on the hunger? Okay, I guess it's just kind of that way on all of them. I must have just never really looked that close. Alright, so we got that. We've made chicken chorizo before. We don't have any hedgehog meat. Bat. Do we want to make a cave dog? Do we have the stuff to make a cave dog? So that would require bat meat. which I don't know if we have. I've got a couple of bats, so I could get the bat meat. Do I have the right kind of mushroom? I do. We'll grab one of those. Let's check to see if I have the bat meat elsewhere before I go butchering those two. Not seeing it. Nope, that's mutton. That's all mutton. There is still the chest outside that has some meat types in it. But I don't think bat's in here. Nope, no bat. It's some otter meat. Okay, so I guess... Oh, wait a minute, what about this? I do sometimes put random things in there. Nope, okay. On we go, then. Butcher up a couple of bats. Alright, let's clean these. And butcher. There we go. Alright, so we should be able to put the tiny brains in there to be curiosity deed. However you want to say that. The bat wings. You know what? These two bat wings, I'm going to put them on the drying table. We'll be able to eat those. Alright, let's see. Couple of entrails. The bones, of course. Look at the bones! There we go. Alright, and a couple of hides. Go with those rabbit hides. And we should check on our rabbits, too. And... cave dog. There we go. And the cave dog is perception and psyche. Not bad. Alright. Do I have room in the table to just kind of deposit these? Why, yes, I do. Oh, yeah, I have some chicken chorizo here. So there's that. That's everything that we have available to us except the hedgehog. And I don't think I'm really wanting to go out and get more hedgehog meat right now. Because first off, the hedgehogs are hard enough to find in the first place. And, you know, then I gotta chase them down, and I might get quilled if I don't have gloves, which I currently don't. I should make gloves. You know what? Let's make gloves, since while I'm thinking about it. If you have gloves, then a bunch of the stuff like pulling up nettles and like handling hedgehogs and stuff won't give you their wounds. Just need to find... You know, it's probably in extras. Yeah, there we go. Poor man's gloves. So it's a dried hide and a piece of leather. Where did I put those hide scraps? I remember I had found them. What did I do with them? Were they in here? Here we go, me searching again. Oh, hey, I already made dried bat wings at one point. Just now seeing that there's some there. Oh, hey, I've got more of those as well. I'm getting sidetracked again. Oh, yes, right there. Right there it is. There we go. That's what I was after. Alright, let's just put these in here so that we don't interrupt that process. And a piece of leather, which I should have there. And craft. There we go. A pair of 36 poor man's gloves. And those go right into our hand slot. Hey, there we go. Now we won't have to worry about handling stuff nearly as much. That's literally all those do. I think there's some better gloves available later that do things like have armor or, you know, have some of the gilding slots, but these ones don't. These are literally just hand protection. Which, most of the time, is all we really need. So, those will probably serve us probably to the end of the series, if I'm honest. Let's see. What else? What was I doing? Oh, I also found these Liberty caps while I was out. And if you look at them, they are a pure psyche food, although it is very small. It also has a buff/debuff, depending on how you want to look at it, on it called the Mind Liberated. I don't remember what that does. I think it is one of those ones where it is fine in small amounts, but you don't want to have it, in large amounts. I have this barrel of honey over here. I should probably go put it back over by the hive. I'm going to need to do all of that stuff with the farming as well. Just look at all this stuff I've got hanging around still. Is that one? Yeah, okay, so that one is open. Is there anything more in there? No, that is empty. I don't know how much of this I'm going to need. So I don't want to grab too much at once. But we need to finish replenishing the mound. The mound bed. Oh, it was only one. Okay. But now I should be able to take this Liberty cap. Oh. Must be watered. Okay. Right. I forgot that step. You have to end up re-watering it after you refill it. So let's go do that. Right, I need my bucket. I'm here for the bucket. Bucket. Who's got the bucket? Alright, there we go. Come down over here, fill the bucket. Yay, I have water bucket. Let's go water the mound bed, and the fact that it gave me the need to water error message leads me to believe I can in fact plant the Liberty cap, which I was relatively sure on anyway, but alright, there we go. And Liberty cap, the higher quality one. Bam. There we go. And now, just like the mushrooms, the little Liberty cap will reproduce itself in the mound bed. Beautiful. Let's take a quick, moment here to go and check on our animals in the basement and the cheese. I know the cheese won't be ready. It has not been long enough, but we can take a quick peek at it. Downstairs we go. Alright. There's our cheese rack. Hello, cheese. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's about halfway done. So we should have that ready next episode, one would hope. And yeah, it's the pecorino, and it's becoming something else. Alright. Let's see. How are we doing on rabbits? Oh, we've got a couple of little bunny rabbits. You know what? I'm going to use the remaining water in this to kind of refill some of these. At least a little bit, apparently. Alright, so we need to put those there. Oh, hey, one of our does, one of the bunny rabbits grew up and became a doe, and we'll put that in there. And, because I want to get to 4 does, and then it'll be a matter of only keeping the highest quality as we go. I still need to feed these guys. We got nothing there. Alright, I already took care of the chickens. Although I should probably grab out some of these lower quality eggs. Anything 20 and lower, I think. Yeah, the rest of those are fine. I'm gonna have to do something with all these chickens at some point. All the dead chickens. I am going to run out of space. But for the moment, it's still fine. Process them into more chorizo or something. Alright, so we got a couple of eggs. Should we be looking at food again? I mean, we did just make sausage, and we have eggs. Maybe we make some sausage and eggs. Which isn't really a thing, but, if I eat some sausage and I eat something egg-based, I can fake it. Let's see. Oh, I've got all this. Oh, right. You know what? I've got 4 mulch on me. So before I go into that, let me just pop down here again real quick. And I'm going to go ahead. Hey, come on. Go around that, please. Thank you. And we're going to take our mushrooms from the poppy cap. There we go. So we've got our quality 23 poppy caps. Good. No, that's... I don't know. I don't know where that one came from. Anyway, we got our poppy caps. We're going to go up, move our thing back around, go get our planter's pot, which I think is over here. Yep, one of these guys. Are they both the same? They are both the same. We still have plenty of our quality 50 water. Yes, we do. All right, so we're going to go cough a moment, and then take our 77 mulch, throw it into our 32 pot, fill it with 50 water, and then take our 23 poppy cap and plant it, and then go on to, what was the quality on this anyway? Our 35 bench. Our numbers are all over the place, but that's actually a little good because it means that it's going to be a while before we don't have an option for increasing something fairly far. All right. Egg. Egg. Whoop. I didn't want that. There we go. Egg. You know what? All right. Gonna do that. I don't want to just kind of study the poppy caps until I make sure that one sprouts. So we'll put that aside. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What else do we got? Ooh, 7, 8. 8's probably good. Yeah, I think 8'll be good. That way I still have 4 here. In case I need it for something else. Just kind of glancing over. You know what? There's that one liver and onions in there. Let's move that to the table. Hey, table. There we go. Let's put away the Liberty cap. I don't want that getting into anything randomly. Okay. Oh, I am going to want my frying pan. We'll put the bucket away. We're going to grab my frying pan. I'm going to grab the matches as well because I'm going to need to light the fire before all this is done. What else do we got? Alright, so I don't remember exactly why. Because I think I was messing around on my other character. The one that I'm playing for fun. And I think I want leeks. 8? Yeah. Alright, I got 8 leeks. I've got 8 stacks of 3 eggs. I am going to need to fuel the fire. Which I think this is the lower quality fuel. Yeah. We'll just grab 5 of that. That will be able to completely fill the fuel on our basic little campfire there. Get that started. Alright. Open that. Alright, so now we're going to go over and we're going to go into our food, fowl and poultry, omelets, because leeks count as an onion type. So this should, let's just craft one. I want to see what it does to the omelet so that I understand why my brain told me this. Dex Perception Int. That Dex is really high. Is that what we're after? Well, the Dex is pretty high to start with. Oh, it adds the Int on. And the Int itself is almost as much as the Perception, so it should hit fairly often. How is my Dex actually looking? My Dex, yeah, could use some improvement. Alright, so we're going to hit Craft All now. And just let those cook up. It's like I remembered I wanted to do this. I didn't remember why I wanted to do this. But yeah, this is a quick way to use a lot of eggs, is making omelets. But omelets are some of the better food you can have if you want to increase your dex. I think if I wanted to just focus on dex, it would end up being red onions again. But by using the leek, it puts a lot of int on it. And we need our int, because our int is not doing too great either. Alright, there we go. We have made ourselves some omelets. No cheese in them, though. So they are not omelette du fromage. They are just omelets. Alright. Let's go ahead and eat. Because while we don't necessarily need the energy, we do need the stats. The only satiation that hasn't gone away is the Ring of Brodgar. That's fine. We are still over 80% satiety. Oh, that's fine. We need the stats. So where should we focus? We've got the running rabbit, which is agility and int. We've got the foxwurst, which is perception and int. We got the cave dog, which is perception and psyche. I've also got psyche, possibly from the liver and onions, and the ring of Brodgar. Even at its reduced rate. What's the obey? Perception and int. I have a lot of perception and int food. Alright, let's kind of get this psyche out of the way first. So let's see. Liver and onions. Gonna eat the cave dog. And then, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and eat that ring. I got a psyche. Excellent. And we also got the little XP tick for eating. So that'll reset the timer on that one. Alright. So there we go. We got our point of psyche. That's about all we're going to be able to eke out of the psyche, I think. What were some of these other ones? Perception, int. That's heavy on the int for the foxwurst. Alright. You have a decent amount of perception and int. Got our int. Good. What are these? Chicken chorizo is just regular dex, which is what I've been using. Let's int. There's some int on that, but it is not the primary thing. Int on there that is the primary thing. Obey. And maybe some... No. How about the omelet? Okay, we got perception instead. That's fine. Have some sausage. Have some omelet. We're getting a lot of perception. That's okay. It was fairly low, too. So we're going to have some sausage and eggs. Sausage and eggs. Sausage and eggs. Alright. We got a couple big ticks of dex there. We're up to 50 on our dex. That's better. That's going to affect most of our crafting, because most crafting has that. What do we got for the chicken chorizo? Perception, dex, will. You're the will +2, which is a separate tick. Yeah, we'll do the cheese and eggs. There we go. We gained some int. Alright, we'll stick that last omelet in the table and leave it for now. So let's see. We are not doing too bad on our stats. We still need more strength, even though that's our highest. We need to make Psyche catch up with the rest. It is almost caught up, but the fact that it is still 2 points behind our next lowest. And, of course, that perception is boosted a lot by our corn braids, but you got to go by the base stat. Our int is not doing too great. Then will, then charisma. Yeah, I mean, most of our stats have hit 50. Wait, is that most? 1, 2, 3. You can kind of count that one as 4, 5. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, okay, technically I'm correct. If you count the bonuses for the perception, which, when you're kind of looking at the end stat, you kind of do. So, alright. Let's put down the frying pan and take just a moment and think about what else I can do in the last few minutes of the video here. Just a moment. Alright, I am back. I am processing up those chickens that I said I really needed to do something with, because there is something I want to make with chicken meat. Let's go ahead and just kind of get... Oh, did I drop that on the ground or something? Is there a... There is. Ooh, can I get it? There we go. Got it. Okay. What was I saying? Alright, I'm processing up a bunch of the chicken because there's something I want to make with ye old chicken meat. Where? Oh, there they are. I was going to say there should have been a couple more brains. Got them. We'll go ahead and just kind of toss those in our study desk, which we're at a weird angle. There we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and get rid of the old entrails, which of course we'll get used to make liver and onions later. Num num num. And let's see. We're going to wind up needing to ditch a bunch of bones. But not all of them. Okay. Because we're going to want to take that wishbone and study it. Probably end up with another one by the time we're done. Maybe. Kinda, sorta. No? No, just me. Alright. Bam. Oh, that bone pile is full. We need to make another bone pile. Guess that means we'll be able to make some more marrow cakes before long. Or glue, depending on what I need. Alright, so I have 12. I have 12 chicken meat. That means I will be able to make 6 poultry pot pies. Which, if you look at the poultry pot pie, it is primarily Dex plus 2 with some agility, some charisma on it. And of course, making it with chicken is generally the best thing you want to do if you're going to do Dex. I think there is a better option, but it's like you really got to go hunt birds and stuff. The chicken version, the chicken pot pie, is the one that you're going to end up making most of the time. Now we are going to need both peas and carrots to go in this. Well, hey, look, our peas are ready. Let's go ahead and go through the annoying process of harvesting these. And then replanting. We're basically just going to get stuck doing this until it won't do it anymore. No? Okay, good. Alright, so we got that. Let's go harvest our new batch of carrots, because it has been long enough for those to grow. Carrots grow relatively quick, for whatever reason. So let's go ahead and do the same here, although much easier. Pick all of our carrots, replant. Alrighty, and I've got my bucket because we're going to need water. Water. There we go. And now, of course, the other variable in this, other than the meat, is the flour. What do we got here? This is wheat flour. I don't want wheat flour. That is actual wheat seeds? No. Barley. That's what I'm after, because barley is the best one for Dex. So let's go ahead. We're going to go poultry pot pie, and just like any other recipe, we'll hit craft all. And the chicken itself should be our limiting factor here. We'll wind up having to put our remaining produce into the stockpiles. We're only gonna get 6 of these. which seems like a waste to run the now massively expanded oven on, but I'll probably throw some other stuff in there, and we'll get that cooked, and we'll take a look at that next time. Let's go ahead and get these guys sorted out really quick, because there's no reason not to go ahead and get stuff into their stockpiles. Looks like our cucumbers are ready, so we'll be able to make some more encumbered roasts, help get that strength stat up, which, we really do need as well. I'll get that in between. We don't need to watch me do that when we just watched me do the, stupid peas next to it. But I think that's about all we've got. I'm going to call this episode Sausage and Eggs, because I think that between the two of those, that was probably the single, two largest things we did. Most of what we did was make food, which is not an unusual thing in this game. Making and consuming food, boosts your stats and restores your energy for all of the other tasks you need to do. So, if you don't cook yourself, make sure you have a good cook on your team. That is going to do it for this episode. So, until next time, have a good one.